How's dinner treating everybody tonight? Everybody good? All right. Don't clap and eat at the same time, please. That could get messy. A couple quick reminders for you. We still got food, so feel free to go back and partake in seconds if you would like. We're going to get our program started here in just a moment. We've got the bars open. We've got the silent auction table. That's going to be open until about 8:15. So if you'd like to go get a bid in before the music starts, Presley Layton is here in the building, and she'll be playing with her band here in just a little bit. So we've got a great night for you, and we really appreciate such a fantastic turnout. So with that, I will offer you good evening and welcome. On behalf of our executive committee, our board of directors, and our incredible staff, it's my pleasure to welcome you to our 75th annual celebration of the Spirit of Boone. So you guys can clap and eat. This is talent. My name is David Jackson. For those of you I haven't had a chance to meet and talk with too much tonight, I am proud to be entering my 8th year as president and CEO of the Boone Area Chamber of Commerce. Thank you. And you know, while we're recognizing people and clapping, Dan Meyer is in the room off to my left. Dan Meyer was the previous president and CEO of the Chamber. Thank you for coming back, Dan. Incredibly helpful when I tried to figure out what a Chamber of Commerce was and how I was supposed to do this job 8 years ago. As you can imagine, with 75 years, we have been on a deep dive over the last several weeks, reconnecting our organization with some of the hows and whys the Chamber came to be in the first place. Informally, back in the 1920s, and then formally in 1949, October 24th to be exact. So tonight, it is the 75th anniversary of the incorporation of the Boone Area Chamber of Commerce that we're here to celebrate. Community building, we'll have plenty to clap for. Don't worry about that. Community building is exactly what H.W. Horton, Dr. I.G. Greer, Dr. J.D. Rankin, the Doctors Doherty, that's what they had in mind when they created an organization called the Boone Commercial Club back in the days long before the first steel was set in place for the Appalachian Theater. There was a report shared in 1926 about the club's activity. Dr. Rankin gave an update at that meeting on the relationship between the town and campus. Dr. Greer then gave an update on the relationship between the town and the county. Both reports shared that while many things were in place that were positive, there was still much more that could be done in the coming years ahead. The major infrastructure project of the 1920s was to build a hospital inside the town of Boone. 100 years later, we are involved in the same work, with the same partners, with the same commitment to building and maintaining a community that we can all be proud of. One that sees business success and manageable growth while never mortgaging the integrity of the very ideals that make Boone, Watauga County, and the High Country the place that so many people hold special. Tonight, we are here to celebrate that vision, today's success, and the people that make all of this happen. And we cannot wait to get started. But before we get started, a few bills to pay, right? We would like to take this opportunity to thank our title sponsor for this evening, SkyLine, SkyBest, an amazing partner of ours. They have been with us for this event many times over the years. You will hear from them a little bit more in just a moment. We're also excited to soon see the byproduct of a special relationship we have with Destination by Design, another partner. They produced our awards video this evening. You are absolutely going to love it. Tonight's event has also been made possible by Stacie Pineda Real Estate Group, Highstreet Insurance and Financial Services, and Stitch Design and Stitch Dwellings. Thank you all for making tonight's event possible. Now, we have a couple of special guests that send their regrets for the evening, and both wanted to be here to help us celebrate, and they just had other commitments, and you'll understand why here in just a moment. So please, at this time, turn your attention to the video screens, where we will be joined by one of the busiest men in politics these days, North Carolina's governor, the Honorable Roy Cooper.
Hi, everybody. Governor Roy Cooper here. I wish I could be there with you in person to experience the Spirit of Boone, but unfortunately, my schedule just wouldn't allow it this time. I have so many fond memories of my visits there as a child, all the way to visits as governor. I want to congratulate all of you on 75 years of serving the Boone area. I'm grateful for the work you do to support the business community in the High Country. Your advocacy is a big part of why our state has been named a top 3 state to do business for 5 consecutive years. North Carolina's tourism and economy continue to grow and thrive thanks to your efforts and hard work. Let's keep building on this momentum and work to make our state a better and stronger place for everybody. I look forward to seeing what the next 75 years will bring. Thanks for all you do.
We tried to get him to wear a black and gold tie. Next time, next 75-year anniversary, we'll do that. We have another representative that wishes to share some greetings to commemorate our chamber's 75 years of serving the High Country. I had the chance to meet with this App State grad just a couple of days ago in Washington, and as always, he spoke very fondly of his connections to this campus and this place. It is my honor now to share some remarks on behalf of U.S. Senator Ted Budd that he sent in for tonight's event. He sent a letter on this incredibly fancy U.S. Senate stationery, and it says, "Dear Boone Area Chamber members, with roots dating back over a century and officially chartered in 1949, I congratulate the Boone Area Chamber of Commerce on 75 years of excellence in the High Country. Early business and campus leaders forged a lasting relationship between the town of Boone and Appalachian State University that brought a path of prosperity that the region enjoys today. Early influencers who shaped business and tourism scenes that we know in Boone today spent time volunteering with the Chamber in its formative years. Through their efforts, they helped create a sense of relevance for the organization as it tackled challenges from post-World War II through the end of the century to the present day. The Boone Area Chamber of Commerce has been a lead advocate for business, community, and tourism development. The extension of US 321, the widening of US 421, the improved public access around the Blue Ridge Parkway corridor, just a few examples of recent infrastructure projects the Chamber has supported. At over 700 plus members strong, the Chamber is viewed as an influential voice in economic and business development, not just in Boone, but throughout the region. It's my honor to represent the men and women of the great state of North Carolina in the U.S. Senate. If I can ever be of assistance, please do not hesitate to contact my office. Sincerely, Ted Budd, United States Senate." Thank you, Senator Budd. So, in the early days of the Chamber, there were not many supporters of the organization that were more impactful to the evolution of what the Chamber would become than Dr. William H. Plemons. As Chancellor in the 1950s, not only did he strongly suggest that this meeting, our annual meeting, be held on campus each and every year, but he also became, and you commercial real estate folks will love this, he also became a real estate prospector for the organization and actually helped lead a group that found the Chamber's very first standalone home. Since the beginning of this organization, the roots of the Chamber and Appalachian State University have sprouted in the same beautiful garden. Our relationship remains one of trust, respect, truth, and partnership. Back in 2016, I was welcomed to this organization by then Chamber Board member Dr. Heather Norris during her time as the Dean of the Walker College of Business. Now as interim chancellor at App State, she is bringing the university's resources and influence together with the community's needs in a genuine and supportive way. Plus, now every chamber board member thinks there's a path for them to the chancellor's position. That's been incredibly entertaining for us to watch, all right? While she cannot be with us here this evening, we are excited to announce that Chancellor Norris will serve as the keynote speaker at our upcoming State of the Community Luncheon on October 2nd. Tonight, I am pleased to welcome Dr. Neva Spake, acting provost at Appalachian State University. Provost Spake's career at App State spans nearly 30 years, beginning on faculty in the Department of History back in 1996. She has held multiple leadership roles within the College of Arts and Sciences, that's the largest college at App State, which included serving as dean of the college for 4 years before taking on significant leadership roles within the university's academic affairs division. Her enjoyment of problem solving, such a needed skill these days, has provided her with many opportunities to collaborate with faculty, staff, students, and community members on the development and implementation of significant strategic projects for the benefit of the university and education partners within our region. Please join me in welcoming Provost Neva Spake to our event tonight. Clear the way for you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, David. It is my pleasure to join you this evening to bring greetings on behalf of Appalachian State University. This is an outstanding occasion that recognizes several milestones being reached this year. The Chamber of Commerce is 75, Watauga turns 175, App State turns 125, and the town of Boone turns 152. Now, which is kind of a number that's a little different, and you probably wonder why we're talking about it. So if you're a math department faculty, we're here. Anybody from math here? Okay. All right, well, we don't have to talk about that, but there are apparently 4 reasons why 152 is such a cool number, but I'm a historian, so I don't know why, but I did look it up on, the computer. And one of the things it is, 152 is the sum of 4 consecutive prime numbers, 31, 37, 41, and 43. So if you get bored, just talk amongst yourselves about what the other 3 are. So as a historian, I have a couple of observations about this, all these numbers. One is we need lots of cakes this year because we're celebrating a lot of things. 2, we're good at making things last around here, especially great partnerships. Over the years, App State has been so proud to partner with the community. In 1968, as David talked about, then president of what was then Appalachian Teacher College, Dr. William H. Plemons, established what would become a lasting tradition of hosting the Chamber event here on campus. Dr. Plemons also led the group in finding their permanent location. So over the years, we have worked collaboratively on a number of projects, from economic development, staff recruitment and retention, elevating the arts, supporting cultural tourism, welcoming influential guests, and ushering in the Sunbelt era athletics in 2014. At App State, we appreciate our collective history with our community, and we are excited for what the future holds as we continue to build on this long-standing partnership. We remain solid in continuing the mission of our founders, BB, DD, and Lily Scholl Doherty, of providing access to education for the people of our state and our region, and to doing so in a way that our community can be sustained. You may have recently seen a report of our enrollment figures. What I hope you can take away from that report, which has been shared in the media over this last week, is that while we remain committed to enrollment growth, and we did grow by 1.5% this year, that growth must be strategic. We are managing our enrollment so that the numbers in Boone will continue to remain right around where they are right now. We have, with the traffic, I understand. We have capacity to grow in the Hickory area and online, and that's where we will focus our growth. While in Boone, we will focus on staying steady. Our population we have been reaching out to, in particular, are transfer students from area community college. Our Aspire Appalachian program now includes 27 community colleges, including Caldwell Community College and many others. This program is a partnership between App State and our community college partners to help them graduate with associate degrees and then get opportunities to easily and seamlessly continue at a four-year degree at App State. App State students have some of the lowest college debt in the nation. A quarter of our students graduate with zero college debt, and this program helps to ensure those numbers stay low. Education is one of the important keys to increasing and maintaining the overall health of communities throughout our region. Data from a recent independently conducted economic impact shows that App State graduates with a bachelor's degree see an average increase of earnings of more than $31,000 per year. The number goes up to nearly $45,000 per year in additional earnings for those with a master's degree, and more than $68,000 for those who earn doctorates. The study also shows that App State generated more than $573 million in additional income to the 5 county regions of Watauga, Avery, Ashe, Caldwell, and Wilkes from July 21st to June 2022 through operations, construction, visitor and student spending, volunteerism, and the increased earnings and productivity of our alumni. We are also bringing in research dollars and encouraging innovative academic work that has long set us apart from other master's comprehensive institutions. Later this year, we expect that the American Council on Education will change our classification to R2. This is a classification for doctoral universities with high research activity. This is significant in part due to the recognition of the high level of research activity conducted by our outstanding faculty and staff, who are bringing in research dollars and contributing to the economic development of our local communities, state, and region through that scholarship. With demand for healthcare services, particularly in our part of the state, on the rise, our university has responded by expanding and strengthening our healthcare programs. Through new academic programs, innovative partnerships, federal grants, and clinical services, we are equipping the next generation of healthcare professionals with the skills and knowledge they need to meet the challenges of a rapidly evolving industry. And they are learning to serve the evolving healthcare needs of our communities with integrity and compassion. We know there are challenges that lie before us. In our different roles, we are all recognized, some of them. Some are larger than others, but we hear the members of our community when they tell us that they have concerns about affordable housing, quality child care, safety, traffic, and parking. App State shares these concerns. We will continue to be active, candid participants in conversations about what we can do to help mitigate the challenges we face. We don't have all the answers, but we want to work with our local community. Together, we see creative and collaborative solutions, and if you look at our collective history, this is how we have overcome many challenges in the past, from the flu epidemic, 1918, to the challenges of today. We have done our best to work together. Together, we have enriched the quality of the life for residents, increasing prosperity, wellness, and opportunity. I can stand before you and say confidently that today's leadership at App State is proud to be members of this community. We live here because we love it here. We value our partnerships with you, the community leaders in this room, our neighbors and our friends, and we respect the members of our community. Before I go, I'd like to invite you all to join us on Thursday, September 26th at 10:30 a.m. on Founders Plaza, which is right behind the university sign across from Stick Boy, for our 125th anniversary celebration and the induction of our newest members of the Bell Ringer Society. This is a celebration that would not be possible without the chamber, the town, the county, and the people of the High Country, and we hope you will be here and be part of this celebration. Thank you again for this invitation and the opportunity to speak to you tonight. Happy 75th anniversary.
Thank you so much, Provost Spake. I would like to take a moment to remind you that this is a fundraiser tonight. Thank you for that. Remember that when I mentioned the silent auction again. We'd also like to recognize some businesses tonight that have participated with us this evening by purchasing corporate tables for this event. These are businesses that you know. We're proud to recognize them as supporters of this event this evening. That would be Reed's Catering, Stacie Pineda Real Estate, Mast General Store has pretty much the whole middle over there. Life Store Bank and Insurance, Walker College of Business, State Farm Insurance, the office of Rich Lyon, New River Light and Power, VPC Builders, Greystone Lodge, and Green Construction. Thank you all for making tonight's event possible. Our next guest this evening represents an organization that has been one of the most formative influences on the Chamber over the years. Whether through event sponsorship like tonight, being a great strategic partner like working on tough challenges, deploying broadband throughout our community, or serving just simply as a business partner, helping provide connectivity to our highly tech-dependent and brand new headquarters over on Greenway Road. We are honored to call SkyLine SkyBest a community colleague, and we thank them for their continued support of this very complex event. We would now like to welcome to the podium Public Relations Administrator of tonight's title sponsor, SkyLine SkyBest, Ms. Hallie Grubb.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Hallie Grubb, and I'm the Public Relations Administrator at SkyLine SkyBest. We're honored to sponsor this wonderful event and truly grateful to the Boone Chamber for having us. This year, SkyLine's put a heavy emphasis on what it means to serve. Of course, we're a broadband company, so a large part of service here means high-speed internet. However, tonight I want to emphasize that to us, it means so much more than that. At SkyLine, service means connecting loved ones, providing innovative opportunities for our customers to conduct business, helping out our neighbors, and providing confidence to our communities as we all adapt to the evolving world of technology. Customer service is more than just making a sale. As a local provider, we want you to know how much we sincerely appreciate those "how are you" conversations when you call to ask a question about your broadband. We're glad to bump into you at the grocery store or to catch up at a favorite restaurant. At networking events, we seek you out to ensure things are running smoothly, both professionally and personally. We believe that communication is at the heart of good service. In 1950, a group of farmers gathered together to bring telephone service to their rural areas. This was the start of SkyLine Membership Corporation. As time went on, this small, local group of residents seeking the same communication advancements as much larger, more populated areas changed the game for technology in the high country. From our inception, genuine communication with our customers isn't only something we strive for, it's truly what we do. Here in Watauga County, we continue to be proud of progress made in connecting, communicating with, and serving more of you. Wildcat, Green Valley, Howards Creek, and Triplet expansions are now all complete and ready for service. 623 new residents and business owners are now connected and experiencing high-speed internet, and we're happy to say that this number continues to grow daily. We're on pace to complete the remaining portions of the grant across the Parkway this year. SkyBest Communications recently finalized a grant expansion in Johnson County, and in Avery County, we recently received a grant of nearly $10 million that will allow us to bring high-speed internet to an additional 950 eligible locations. Tonight, we will continue to celebrate the Spirit of Boone. A major part of that spirit is service. That's what makes the high country so great. It's evident that so many of you possess the dedication to serve, and SkyLine SkyBest stands ready to serve alongside you. I'd like to quickly recognize a few members of our team that are here with us tonight. From our executive team, we have our Chief Marketing and Sales Officer, Edward Henson. From marketing, we have Kayla Johnson. And from our business sales team, we have Brent Keith, Robin Miller, Holly Brown, Haley Seaman, and Zara Worley. Lastly, I just want to thank all of you for all that you do to provide for our community as well. Our community-first perspective is a principal reason that the High Country thrives. We hope you know that SkyLine SkyBest is here to serve you in any way that we can. Thank you.
I can tell you this stuff matters because there was a group over here, I could hear them when the map went up. They was like, look, that's our neighborhood. It's covered now. So thank you very much to SkyLine SkyBest and their partnership with Blue Ridge Energy for getting out into some of those hard-to-reach areas. Over the years, our organization has been blessed with tremendous leadership from our board of directors. As I mentioned earlier with Dan, we have several past presidents and chairs with us in the audience tonight. I would ask if you're a current member of the Chamber's board of directors or if you have served previously in such a role. I'd like you to stand up and be recognized at this time with our applause. Tracy Brown, were you involved in leadership or you just need to stand up? It's been a minute. Yes, it has. Yes, it has. Our immediate past chair, Heidi Reagan, is attending a special continuing education conference for Blue Ridge Energy up in Washington, D.C. tonight and was unavailable to be with us. I will share that Heidi has been immensely supportive of our staff over this past year as we launched a foundation and continue to make transformational improvements to how we serve our members. Before she departed for the nation's capital, Heidi recorded a short message that she wanted us to share with you tonight.
Hi everyone, I regret that I can't be there in person to celebrate the Spirit of Boone with you, but I want to extend my heartfelt congratulations to our community award recipients and everyone as we celebrate 75 years of the Boone Area Chamber of Commerce. My board chair term ended in June, and I wanted to take a moment to express my gratitude for the incredible experience and honor it has been to serve in this role. I continue to be impressed by our chamber's impactful work, from addressing crucial community concerns as childcare, housing, and workforce development, to planning and organizing incredible events like the Spirit of Boone. Thank you for a great year, and I look forward to continuing to serve our chamber as a member of the board of directors. Now it is my pleasure to introduce our new chair. From his wealth of experience to his deep commitment to our community, he is the perfect person for this role. Please join me in welcoming our new chair, Mark Gould.
Thank you. Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this very special occasion as we celebrate the 75th anniversary of the Boone Area Chamber of Commerce. Tonight, we gather to honor the Spirit of Boone, a community that has thrived through collaboration, innovation, and unwavering dedication. 75 years ago, a group of visionary leaders came together with a shared goal: to foster economic growth and enhance the quality of life in Boone. Their efforts laid the foundation for what has become a vibrant and dynamic community. Today, we stand on the shoulders of those pioneers, grateful for their foresight and commitment. Tonight, we will celebrate our 2024 Community Award winners, the next crop of pioneers who embody the Spirit of Boone. Over the decades, the Boone Area Chamber of Commerce has been instrumental in driving progress. We've seen businesses flourish, new industries emerge, and our local economy strengthen. Our members have consistently demonstrated resilience and adaptability, navigating challenges and seizing opportunities with determination. The Spirit of Boone is embodied in our community's values: hard work, innovation, and a deep sense of community. It's seen in the small business owner who opens her doors every morning with a smile, the entrepreneur who turns a dream into a reality, and the countless volunteers who give their time to make Boone a better place. As we celebrate this milestone, we also look to the future with optimism. The world is changing rapidly, and Boone is poised to continue its legacy of growth and innovation. My vision for this year as chair of this talented and diverse board is that together we will embrace new technologies, foster sustainable practices, and ensure that our community remains a place where businesses and families can thrive. We'll continue to focus on tackling our biggest challenges: housing, childcare and early childhood development, and workforce development, focusing on solutions and common ground during a very politically charged election year. I'd like to take a moment to thank my employer, Mass General Store, and the Coopers, John, Faye, and Lisa, for allowing me the time to serve in this role. Their support is deeply appreciated and underscores the importance of community involvement and the value they place on contributing to the greater good. So thank you. I encourage all here to remain actively involved in our community. Seek out opportunities to engage with the Chamber, participate in events, and collaborate on initiatives. Your involvement is crucial to our continued success and the betterment of Boone. Tonight, we also take a moment to recognize and thank those who have contributed to our success. To our past and present members, your dedication and hard work have been the driving force behind our achievements. To our community partners and supporters, your collaboration has been invaluable. And to the residents of Boone, thank you for your unwavering support and belief in our shared vision. But most importantly, to the amazing Chamber staff. I've been involved with the Chamber for a long time, and the current staff under David's leadership is as good as I've ever seen. Let's give them a round of applause. In closing, let us celebrate the past 75 years with pride and look forward to the future with hope and determination. The spirit of Boone is strong, and together we will continue to build a community that is prosperous, inclusive, and resilient. Thank you, and here's to the next 75 years of success and growth.
Thank you very much, Mark. All right, as we get ready for this evening's feature presentation, I would like to take a moment to thank Eric Woolridge, the talented John Black, and the team at Destination by Design. As I said earlier, they were the producers of this year's Community Award Spotlight. Not only did they capture our 9 Community Award winners in their native habitats, but they also helped us weave in some Chamber history along the way. Please welcome Destination by Design's Director of Communications and Place Branding, Mr. Matt Powell.
Hello, everybody. How you doing? What a great event. Thank you so much. I'm introducing Destination by Design here tonight. We're so thankful to be able to be a sponsor of the event. For those of you who don't know what we do, we're a multidisciplinary placemaking firm, and we work with local governments across the country now. A better way of saying that might be to say that we help communities become the best version of themselves. And we started here in Boone 12 years ago or so. And we've grown to 22 people now, and 18 of those people live and work and raise their families here in Boone. And so we're deeply committed to this community. We love where we live. We're thankful to be a part of this community as well. And we feel really grateful to be able to build a business that we love and a place that we love. And I know that everybody here probably feels the exact same way, because a lot of people in a lot of places don't get to do both. But we do have that opportunity, so kudos to all of you for that. We've had the opportunity over the past several years to do some really great projects for the town of Boone and for Watauga County. For instance, the enormous signage that you've seen going up over the county for the directional signage. Hopefully that's helped you find your way to a park or a trail or a... Thank you. I feel like it makes this it reminds us all of what a great place we live in. So that's been really neat to be involved in. Perhaps you've seen the enormous downtown Boone logo on Depot Street. Hopefully you haven't had to wait while somebody unaware was standing there taking a selfie in front of it, but we think that's been a great addition to downtown. Rocky Knob Bike Park, do we have any fans in the house? We were able to do the design and the branding and the build for that park, and love that park. And we're also in the middle of doing a redesign of Howard Knob Park, which is going to be an amazing asset for the community that we're so excited about. So we've been fortunate now to do projects from literally California to Southern Florida, and everywhere we go, I'm not kidding you, we bump into people and they're like, "You're from Boone? We love Boone." It could be a client. A lot of clients also appreciate the fact that we are from here. So we really try to take our passion for placemaking and community development that we have cultivated in our work here and bring that to the other communities that we work in. So one of the things that's really meaningful to me and to the team is the impact that Boone has had and continues to have on the work that we do and really our success as a firm. So what I mean by that is Boone the Place inspires the work that we do. We want to help other communities obtain the same elevated quality of life and outdoor-oriented lifestyle that we all enjoy here. And so that's part of what drives us. And then Boone, the brand, truly influences how people perceive the work that we do, and it influences the clients that want to work with us. And we get the opportunity to work for some really interesting communities that want to do great things, similar to what we have been able to do in our community here. So it's an inspiration. The community, the place is an inspiration to us, and it drives us. And that's really fun to be a part of. But more than anything, it's great to be a part of this community. And we thank you so much for allowing us to sponsor tonight. And hope you enjoy the video, which really does speak to the great, not only people who have come before us, but the people who are now beginning to do a great job building and continuing on the tradition of business in the community. So thanks so much.
All right, a few quick notes before we play this video. I only wish you could have been with us on these shoots. To smell the food at Betty's Biscuits, to see the, you can cheer for Betty's Biscuits, yeah. To see the new river at the start of dawn. We also love the new river. Most importantly, I wish you could have been with us to experience some Flatlanders on the production crew making their first trip up the switchbacks of Beach Mountain. They made it, barely, barely. As we unveil our award recipients to you, I think you'll easily see the common threads that exist, a little bit of how things used to be, depth and a genuine spirit among the people that are holding our community true to its formative roots. And hopefully that leads you to a feeling of inspiration. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me great pleasure to introduce our Community Award recipients for 2024.
In the heart of the Blue Ridge Mountains, a lost province, maybe not as lost as it once was. From Watauga County's founding 175 years ago to the pageantry of a football Saturday, Boone and the surrounding high country, a community that personifies the feeling of home. The town of Boone received its charter from the state of North Carolina in 1872. What started as a row of houses soon became the center of commerce for northwestern North Carolina. Back then, success smelled like sawdust. The land helped build a community. The town continued to grow through the early 1900s, and in 1920, a group of businessmen met in the parlor of the Critcher Hotel to organize a group to promote the best interests of the town and put Boone on the map. The Boone Commercial Club was born in the fall of that year. Members of Boone Commercial Club voted to rebrand the organization to the Boone Chamber of Commerce in 1923. For the next 26 years, business leaders worked to market the area to vacationers, work on post-war projects like water access and roads connecting Boone to places like Linville. The similarities to initiatives of today strike a familiar chord. In 1947, Chamber members voted to support school lunchrooms for the remainder of the year after federal money had been withdrawn. One of those voting members was Wade Brown, a local attorney who used his professional skill to help organize a growing community. Decades later, the Wade Brown Award for Community Involvement was established by the Chamber to recognize significant contributions through community engagement. This year's recipient, just like the award's namesake, is making an impact in Watauga County by working to eliminate financial burden in lunchrooms across the area. Blue Ridge Realty and Investments helps us present this year's Wade Brown Award for Community Involvement to a business who defines local as a core value. Comeback Shack.
We decided that we were going to break away from a brand and do our own thing. What we knew is that we wanted it to be local-centric, right? In any way and every way that we could. And we've just ridden that, through the years since we opened Comeback Shack in 2011. Students that go to the different schools in Watauga County that can't afford their breakfast or their lunch. We saw that program and we thought, wow, what a tremendous need. You know, we're all about food. We are blessed and we have a wonderful business. What a great opportunity. If the school system is interested in partnering with us on that, we can take our love for food and feeding the community and channel it into this need in the community to take care of that debt across the different schools in the school system. And so we approached them, said we have this idea, we're going to call it Give Back Shack, and we're going to take 3 days throughout the year, and basically all the proceeds will go to giving a check to Watauga County Schools to retire that debt. In the 1 year between the 3 nights, we raised over $10,000. So our goal in the future is to keep doing it until we actually pay off the entire amount. It's just a great way, Give Back Shack, for us to give back to a community that's given so much to us. Those are the kind of things that we love partnering with, knowing that, okay, what we're going to do generates and stays within our county footprint. That's where it's most meaningful to us. You know, there's just no place I'd rather be.
Wade Brown, Stanley Harris, and Clyde Green signed the Articles of Incorporation for the Boone Chamber of Commerce in October of 1949, creating a community chest type of organization to formalize strategies involving the growing business community. In the early 1950s, tourism, as we know it today, began to take shape. In June of 1952, the Horn in the West outdoor drama was staged for the first time and is still going strong today. The Chamber took a stance in 1955, opposing a toll on the Blue Ridge Parkway. One of the early tourism attractions brought curious guests to the area beginning in 1948. The town of Boone presents the Sue W. Wilmoth Award for the advancement of tourism to one of the founders of the industry in our area. Mystery Hill.
We are iconic roadside America from the turn of the century. This is our 76th anniversary, so people have been coming here, people have been bringing their kids and their grandkids and returning, so it's a tradition to come do it. You know, we've added lots of activities and attractions, axe throwing and gem mining and old-time photos and all that, but at the core, we're still that quirky little roadside experience that we've always been, and we try to keep that authentic. It's worked for us.
We get so many people at all ages. My grandparents, I remember coming here with my grandparents, and I wanted to bring my children here. We get that a lot, so I think there's just a lot of great memories for people of all ages and generations.
If you think about the attractions up here, Grandfather Mountain and Tweetsie and the Blowing Rock and Mystery Hill and Linville Caverns and Horn of the West, those are all very unique type things. So it's a great place to come and visit. People love to show future generations and friends things they've experienced in the past. So a lot of what makes tourism work is people coming back over and over to say, I went here when I was a kid, you're gonna love this place.
We're just really glad and happy and proud that we can be a part of that for families.
The Chamber continued its role as an economic spark plug through the 1960s. The organization was a lead advocate for the construction of Highway 321. It was around the same time that the Chamber first heard a report about a proposed bypass of Highway 421 in Boone, the Daniel Boone Parkway project, still discussed today, some 56 years later. The 1960s and 70s also highlighted the philanthropic spirit of the area. Appalachian State Teachers College was a lead voice in that activity, even helping host the Chamber's annual luncheon each year, and Chancellor Plemons personally helped find a physical home for the organization. That mantle of service would be carried on years later by Ben Suttle, a connected member of the community and former Boontown Council member. Appalachian State University helps us present this year's Ben Suttle Special Services Award to a gentleman whose voice has helped change the fortunes and fuel the missions of numerous local nonprofits. Jesse Miller.
I do a dozen or so of these a year, and every crowd is very different. If people are doing this, and I don't know what they're clapping for, but they start clapping, that's when you got them. And my dad's an auctioneer, When I was 16, I went and got a certification to become an auctioneer. Never had any intention of doing it for a career, still don't, obviously. But when we moved here, there was an organization that was putting on a fundraiser, and they were doing an auction, never had done one. The organizer said, hey, Jesse knows how to do that. And we raised like $2,200. And then I got 5 calls to do 5 more that year. And that just kind of kicked it off. If you got something that can help people, you gotta do it. What I do for a living is selling insurance. Almost all of my clients are intertwined in these same nonprofits that we raise money for. And that's what's pretty cool about it. I can't pick out a client of mine that isn't also involved in multiple of the nonprofits that I help raise money for. To me, that's indicative that the community itself is just, it's all intertwined. The businesses want to give back to the community. The nonprofits wants to serve the community. And the ones that I work for, there's no 2 that are alike. So they're all doing a really good job of handling their mission. The folks that work in these nonprofits, it is really hard work. They've got to raise a lot of money, and it is not easy to ask people for money. And if I can help them get more money in an easier way, that just makes their life much easier. So the auction, you know, it's all about creating the competitive space. You got to make everybody feel like they're all in it together to hit one common goal, and then hopefully you're fun enough.
The 1980s saw industry growing in Boone, thanks to people like Wade Wilmoth, who established the Northwestern North Carolina Development Association and used that platform to create jobs throughout the region. With increasing pressure to fill out a skilled workforce, the Chamber passed a resolution in June of 1985, advocating for the creation of a permanent facility here in Watauga County for Caldwell Community College and Technical Institute, celebrating 60 years as a workforce hub in the Northwest region, including 37 years serving students in Watauga County. This year's Alfred Adams Award for Economic Development is presented by Fosco Companies and Achota to a true economic catalyst here in the High Country. Caldwell Community College and Technical Institute.
When I think about the Watauga campus, you know, I think it has arguably the best view of any community college in the state of North Carolina. One of the great things about community colleges is we're nimble, we can adapt, and we can react quickly. And as business changes, you know, we too must change. We must change what we're offering to make sure that we are aligning our programs with what the market demands. You know, I think our recipe for success since 1964 has been to focus on student success. We're here to make life better for the people we serve, and we want people to be better positioned when they leave us than when they came to us. We always say partnerships matter, relationships matter. Thanks to the Chamber and the EDC, we've been able to create what we now call a business liaison position that is housed at the Boone Area Chamber of Commerce, right beside the EDC office. So if someone is coming to the High Country looking for opportunities either to start a new business or to get involved in a business opportunity here in the High Country, they have everything in kind of a one-stop shop. The High Country is a mecca of opportunity. Not only is it hospitality and tourism, but the environment here is rich. People here are tremendous to work with, and we have a great opportunity to be able to provide a better future and prepare a world-class workforce for Watauga County.
Alfred Adams, Wade Brown, H.W. Horton, Clyde Green, Sue and Wade Wilmoth. These are among the most active Chamber influencers when it comes to creating the partnerships that have helped shape the business community as we know it today. These alliances helped the Chamber take on an active role in economic development back in the 1980s and 1990s, a role the organization resumed just last year. Working as a board member and chair in the late 1990s, Dan Meyer would later serve 12 years as Chamber president and carried forward the organization's ability to convene the conversations that would shape the community. The Dan Meyer Partnership Award was created in 2016 and is presented by Life Store Bank to a gentleman who has followed a similar path just down the road in Blowing Rock, Charles Harden.
So we're located in downtown Blowing Rock, right across from Town Hall and adjacent to the Memorial Park. I think a chamber is a convener for a community. It is the binding glue for this town and all of the things that we do. There's always been this historical sort of divide between Boone and Blowing Rock. Everybody looks at Blowing Rock as being, you know, over here and kind of independent and maybe not even part of Watauga County. So I've enjoyed what I would call narrowing that 7-mile divide a little bit and getting people to work together more. We are starting to see here some of the old business owners that have been here for a long time are starting to phase out. In comes the younger generation. I think that's very exciting to see those transfers. We're seeing new leadership all over the county that way.
As Watauga County moved into the 2000s, environmental awareness was on the uptick. The notion of protecting the beauty and resources that make the place became top of mind. The creation of opportunities for outdoor adventure have blossomed since the turn of the century. Features like the Middle Fork Greenway, Rocky Knob Bike Park, and local river access points have helped give locals and visitors a place to play. Businesses like Appalachian Mountain Brewery, VPC Builders, and Apple Cart have established practices within their business that highlight sustainability. The Evergreen Award for Sustainability was established in 2010. Mast General Store presents this year's winner, one that takes keeping our resources clean to a whole new level. River Girl.
I believe the river helps to reboot your system and heal your soul. It is our responsibility to try to help take care of the resource because we're using the resource. So the idea for Trashy Tuesdays came about because I was going out and floating down the river and I was spending all my time picking up garbage. And what my grandmother told me, work smarter and not harder. So how can I get other folks to do this? And my thing was, you get a free kayak, but you pick up trash. You get the potential of getting a free fly fishing lesson and cool swag. Also, you get to meet other community members that are in touch with cleaning the river. And so you might find someone that you can go kayaking with on other days and find a river buddy.
Before the Chamber settled downtown in the early 1990s, the organization spent time on Blowing Rock Road with High Country Host inside the Visitors Information Center during a time when tourism was blossoming. Tweetsie Railroad, Grandfather Mountain, and the North Carolina ski industry were among the anchors for thousands of families to ascend to Watauga County each year. With the High Country's climate providing escape or intrigue for families across the Southeast, the idea of a year-round resort concept started to gain traction. Beach Mountain Resort has transformed its business model over the last decade plus, with expanded dining, bike parks, and breweries, concerts, and coffee shops complementing its popular winter offerings, while also providing new opportunities to better the surrounding community. UNC Health, Appalachian, and Blue Ridge Energy present this year's Baker Jones Woman of the Year Award to the principal architect of today's Beach Mountain experience, Talia Freeman.
I think when I started at Beach Mountain Resort, I was young, excited, and a little bit lost, on what I wanted to do. Now I'm more driven, I'm confident, I'm empowered, and feel like I'm exactly where I am supposed to be. There's really something for everyone here. Our community partnerships and everything we're doing in this area has really created a destination for people to come and feel like they're a part of something. They feel like they're a part of the culture here, a part of a bigger family. That's a really good feeling. There's times for everybody in their career where you feel like you're at a crossroads or you feel like you're lacking purpose. I've always had the motto, if you are looking for purpose, you give back. And that gives me purpose. So it's been a really incredible thing to be a part of a company that focuses a lot on giving back to our community. So doing things like Runs for Buns and supporting the Colon Cancer Coalition, not only fulfilling for me and gives me purpose, but it also has been really incredible watching our staff come together on this cause, our community, our season pass holders. It's, a really purposeful cause, and it feels good that we've created a culture of giving back.
The High Country has experienced more than a few defining moments over the last 20 years. Monumental upsets that put Boone in the worldwide spotlight. Presidential strolls down King Street. Reclamation of community treasures of the past. Investment in the next century of Appalachian State's ties to the region. No matter what draws outward attention, it's the genuine sense of community that helps Boone and Watauga County stay focused on who we are and how we help in a way that highlights a key attribute of the Appalachia culture. We take care of our own. The Chamber jumped into a supportive role during the COVID pandemic, using Keep Boone Healthy to keep the community informed and businesses open. Since then, our partnership with App Healthcare and other nonprofit support businesses has been further solidified. The Elizabeth Young Award for Community Leadership is presented by Highstreet Insurance and Financial Services, and this year we recognize a true coalition builder, fostering community through empathy. Lindsay Sullivan.
The thing about community work is it's really easy to go with the anecdotes that you hear or to make assumptions based on the limited viewpoint you have working out in the community. I've got a quote up in my office that says something to the effect of, if you are focused on your dream of community, you will bring the community harm. But if you're focused on the community as it is, you will grow the community. So that's something that's really important to me. We're really trying to look at how do we bring resources to the workplace. And that's something that's personal for me. I had been in the service industry up until my time in public health. My husband works in the service industry. My first panic attack was out by a dumpster behind my first restaurant job. And so, just thinking about what if, my coworker or my employer could have supported me during that time, what that could look like, and seeing the opportunity there for other folks in our community to be able to access resources that they're not knowledgeable of. I've heard partners say to me, many people haven't stuck it out when things got hard, and you are. And so to hear that from community members means so much, and it really validates sticking with the work, even when it's difficult, even when we're talking about complex, wicked problems like housing. If you're sticking with it, residents see that, community members see that, and that's how you build trust with them, is showing that you're going to keep showing up even when it's difficult.
75 years after the official formation of an organization chartered to promote cooperation in all matters important to the Boone community, it's fitting to end our story just steps away from the very place the Chamber was founded. For this is a tale that could describe so many that have visited here, dreamt of a life here, and have succeeded in contributing to a sense of place with a genuine desire to connect and serve others in this special community. Our final honor of the evening is the Kathy Crutchfield Citizen of the Year Award, presented by Beach Mountain Resort, and goes to an entrepreneur who has connected the feeling of family to the High Country's culinary experience. Tina Houston.
I had grown up part-time in California, and I thought post-college I would go back to California, and Boone was the closest thing to California for me. It was a little liberal, it was a little weird, and I landed here in 1993 and never really left. It still feels like the most energetic place in the mountains to me. I do treat my company as a vehicle to do good work. It's not just about a bottom line. It's not just about cooking. It's about my coworkers. It's about our vendors. It's about our families. It's about the people in our community. I don't want to get emotional, but it matters, because we see each other over and over. And that has to be a good experience on every level. I genuinely love taking care of people. And to me, food takes care of people. You can't do this job without a sense of humor. You can't. It would be dismal. It would be boring. And there's 4 guiding principles that we make decisions on at Reed's, and they're fun, respect, innovation, and community. And if we're making decisions and we're not bouncing back to those ideals, then we need to rethink it. We're working with the Mass General Store, and I'm putting a little cafe in Valley Crucis in the spring. It will open in April. That's next. And we may take Betty's a little farther and wider.
Ladies and gentlemen, to help us celebrate 75 years of serving the High Country community, please welcome our 2024 Community Award winners, each of whom personify the Spirit of Boone.
Y'all can sit down now. Let me tell you about this video real quick. The amount of pictures that Lindsay Cook and Emma Faulkner went through, scrapbooks. Man, if we found somebody that looked like they may have been here for a minute, we were like, do you have any pictures? We found some great ones, and there's a little bit more about that I'll share in just a moment. But as we continue tonight, I just want to first say thank you to everybody in this room for what you do to make our community so unique and vibrant and the envy of so many rural communities across our region. We may get consumed with our routines and challenges and the occasional traffic jam, but when you really stop and look around at what we get to see every day, we have an amazing thing here. And the leadership within this room is what keeps the Spirit of Boone alive and well. So thank you for the role that you play and the smiles that you spread. Know that the Boone Area Chamber of Commerce is committed to our mission to serve as a catalyst organization for a diverse and engaged local economy that further cultivates a thriving community. Next, we need you to stay engaged, not only with the Chamber and our work, but in important community conversations. Decisions are made by the people that show up. That could be a committee meeting, a community event, the ballot box, or any number of other places that you can plug in. We have challenges out there, we know that, like how our early child care and after-school systems are going to have to survive some tricky math made more difficult by political theatrics. We have opportunities to be innovative in the way we approach this work, because educating people is what we do, and we do it well and have for a long, long time. Whether it's our youngest learners or the workforce that fuels their passion to know and want more, we cannot let this moment go by without lending our voice. We need community partnerships to make gains toward housing challenges, not just in words, but in action. We are part of some incredibly exciting discussions in this space that we look forward to celebrating with you soon. We must remain supportive of the small businesses that make up more than 85% of our membership and the staff that keep them open. The Stable Workplaces Initiative continues to unlock new ways of supporting this important work. Now, if you all think this is just going to happen, maybe you're not taking into account the power of people, consensus, and collaboration. That's what we are about. And that's what we will continue to do for the next 75 years and beyond. Convene and participate in important conversations. And we will make room on the train for you if you would like to join us in that work. Please be on the lookout for information about the newly launched Boone Area Chamber of Commerce Economic Development Foundation and see how the work of that organization aligns with many of the meaningful things that I just discussed with you and will be powerful as we move forward in our own timeline. If you like this line of conversation, we call it the chamber nerd stuff a little bit, you know what I mean. I'm going to be at this thing. If you would like to come, join us for the State of the Community Luncheon on October 2nd at the Beacon here in Boone. We're gonna test out that award-winning menu. In addition to Chancellor Norris's remarks, we'll also share news about the future of transportation in our community. Public transportation funding, the future of road projects and how they can help relieve traffic, and how you can provide your voice for the needs that we have here in the High Country. You can sign up for that event online tonight at boonechamber.com. I'll close with a few thank yous. First, to you again for being here, for spending your time with us tonight. We've got some great music coming up right around the corner, so we hope you stick around. We'd like to thank our hosts in the chancellor's and provost's offices at Appalachian State University. Thanks to Mandy Hood, Chuck Ford, and the entire team here at Grandview Ballroom for an excellent evening. Let's give them a round of applause. We'd like to thank Andrea Elliver and the University Events team, to Daniel Lightfoot and Jody Miller of Mountaineer AV, and a special thanks to Digital Watauga, Troy Tuttle at Appalachian State, and the Watauga Democrat for being among those that helped us stroll down memory lane here tonight. I would encourage you, if you liked the spirit of this tonight, go check out the digital Watauga online catalog. You'll find things that you remember from years before and some things you've probably forgotten since then as well. You can check that out online at digitalwatauga.org. Again, we'd like to thank SkyLine SkyBest for being our title sponsor tonight. Thank you very much. Also to the Stacie Pineda Real Estate Group, Highstreet Insurance and Financial Services, and Stitch Design and Stitch Dwellings, thank you for making tonight possible. I got to close with one more set of thank yous, and that's to these fine folks right here, our amazing staff for all their hard work in making tonight possible. I got the opportunity to spend the last 3 days in Washington, D.C. with a delegation of chamber executives and business owners from Western North Carolina. We spoke with policymakers and legislators about childcare, housing, workforce development. I could only justify that trip because of the complete and total trust that I have in this team right here. Sorry. The sincere pride that I have in watching them bring a product to the total completion. Megan Biddix and Emma Faulkner on the communications, graphics, and show creation tonight. As I mentioned, Lindsay Cook for her research and organization of 75 years of Boone. She also has done quite a bit with tonight's silent auction as well. Thank you, Lindsay. We're excited to welcome Ethan Dodson to our chamber family. He is the connection to the Boone Area Chamber of Commerce Foundation. Our own Janine Underdown Collins and her good friends Teresa Cody and Brian Crutchfield made all of these beautiful flower arrangements possible tonight. To Patrick Setzer and Natalie Harkey, making sure all of your needs for this evening were taken care of. To Reggie Hunt and Joe Furman for their enthusiastic and positive support. Y'all know Joe so well. And last but not least, to Carrie Henderson, our Director of Events, for making all of this possible. All right. We're about to move some tables. We're going to open up the dance floor. Make sure you check out those silent auction experiences. You've got till a little before 8:30 before we announce those winners. Without any further ado, let's welcome the next star on the rise out of the high country music scene. Presley Layton Band is here tonight. Thank you all for coming.